You're watching the seventh part of our mini-series about industrial IoT. In the previous ones, we introduced the Microsoft Industrial IoT platform and Parnell Aerospace, a fictitious customer having the common challenges and issues and objectives our customers are facing in that space. In the seventh parts you're about to watch, we will look at how Parnell Aerospace can empower their workforce by integrating and analyzing all the data coming from their OT and IT infrastructure and integrating all of that with their business applications. The next business outcome that Parnell Aviation is working on is the enhancements of production operations and maintenance. It's about visualizing performance, troubleshooting root causes for a production issue, perform routine maintenance checks on equipment. This is about increasing production efficiency and uptime, empowering the workforce, providing tools that allow to go from here's the data to I need to go fix that machine, or here is the information for how to maintain that other machine here. Process engineers, quality engineers, IT architects, and developers are the ones building these parts of the solutions. Inspector, repair technicians, quality manager, testing engineers are the one leveraging and using these features. And to illustrate that, I want to go back to the scenario that we have here and focus on how from your OT infrastructure from Azure IoT Central, in our case, we're able to trigger rules into your business applications, Microsoft Teams, emails, and other things. And I want to show you from the perspective of maybe the plant manager, how easy and seamless that can be. Let me switch to Azure IoT Central. In here, I can see the list of the devices across the various factories across the country. And what I would like to do now is create a rule that will be triggered when something happens. No code required. I will just go to the rules sections in Azure IoT Central, create that new rule, select a device template. Here I'm working on these bolt maker CNC machines. And the rule will be about CNC machine health critical. I will select the telemetry point, which is called, let's see, machine health. And when that value here is critical, I will trigger an action. And that action could be a webhook, a Microsoft Power Automate workflow trigger, Azure Monitor Action Groups as well, or an email. And here what I can do is create an email. I will put a title in here. CHC Machine Health Critical with a big bang. I will send it to my maintenance team at parnellaviation.com. And I will put a note in there. And in that note, I can put whatever I want. This CNC machine. And in here, we're going to have information about which machine, in which factory, the device names comes here, the rule name will come here as well. That email has been totally formatted for me, and I have created my rule here. So here I'm going to have a rule that will trigger each time a machine health is reported as unhealthy. It was as simple as that. Creating a rule from Azure IoT Central in order to trigger a workflow in your business application does not require code, and you can interact with the data from your devices seamlessly. Now that we have a notification that arrived in emails or in Teams, you can imagine the maintenance operator was having some issues trying to solve the problem on his own. They don't have the competency, the skills, they don't know this machine. And so they can leverage Dynamics 365 Remote Assist. And here we see someone was wearing a HoloLens, would just call a technician that has the expertise but was remote and was going to give him a hand solving the problem he has with this industrial machine that has been blocked. The first thing that the technician is going to do remotely is to share the latest version of the documentation. So the operator can download this version of the file and consult it later for the specs and user manual for the machine, leveraging that latest version. The magic is that you'll see the document appears in your environment while you're working. You don't need to have a manual in your hands. You can just leverage HoloLens, and the digital version of that document has just been sent by the technician. The next steps will be for the remote assistant to indicate operations for unlocking that machine. The machine is in a deadlock, it's not resetting. And so we'll see that the remote assistant is actually indicating using visual highlights what to do. The person wearing the HoloLens doesn't have to have the skills, just need to follow the instructions. The remote assist is pointing at exactly which lever to move, what gauge to look at, so that they can go and fix the problem. So you see how interactive and powerful the HoloLens plus the remote assist feature, which by the way can be used on a tablet, doesn't have to be on an augmented reality device, can empower the workforce to be more efficient, more productive, can improve your production quality, can reduce the downtimes of your machines, because you can leverage knowledge from someone who was remote while being on the shop floor on the other side of the world and implementing the fixes that are recommended.